everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be doing a little bit of a break-in ride on the motorbike. I am now headed over the Aqua line. Some of you have probably seen that quite often on my channel. Why I'm going to the Chiba prefecture via the Aqua line is because a little bit of a lower elevation, it's not as higher elevation as like Yamanashi and so forth, where it probably get really cold. Still mucking around with the settings, on display settings of the motorbike. So I've just dismissed ODO, overall distance odometer. I don't need that. For some reason I had trip 2 turned off, and I had trip 2 not enabled to reset itself at midnight, so it was just adding on to the kilometers as I was going, so I've fixed that as well. Just some of the settings that every motorbike rider likes to have their preferences, so just sorted that out. My god guys, that gearbox is like silk. There is a huge difference between the 1250 GSA and the 1300 GSA for me. That is unbelievable how clean that gearbox is. Wow. So come along with this trip with me. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be stopping here and there. Just talk a little bit more about the motorbike as well. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll speak to you later. That gearbox, oh my god, how many times am I going to say that today? Wow. Oh, but right, I've done around about 126 kilometers this morning. I'm in the Chiba prefecture I already alluded to earlier this morning when I stopped at Umihotaru. And just want to go briefly over what my feeling is. You would have seen on the footage that I've just made, got some decent twisty roads here, some nice windy roads. And as I already mentioned on episode 1 of me picking up the motorbike, because this motorbike is more compactor for me, it has the AVHC, I feel that it's much more racier for me. I can really get into those corners, really put my back muscles into it as I'm pulling out of those corners. It is just an amazing sensation what I'm feeling now at the moment. Really enjoying this. So my plan is to try and do as many kilometers as I possibly can. I need to be home and a little bit on time for myself. I've got my own schedule set out that I want to do some things later. One thing I just feel though, and some people have alluded to this who also have the same motorbike, is the back brake, the pedal is a little bit in. So I felt on the 1250 GSA the pedal was out a little bit more and it was easier. It's not really a hindrance, it's just because your foot sits kind of like here, you really have to put it inwards to press down on your brake. That's what I felt so far, right? Because your foot's kind of like sitting here with your boot maybe, you really got to put it in to brake. I don't have that so much with the gear lever. The gear lever is in a great position for me. I can really easily change up and down. You see it's much more out, it's much more closer, or much more in line with where the left foot peg is. So that's what I'm feeling just now at the moment. Yeah, apart from that, it's just awesome. Like I said, in those corners, those twisty corners, really enjoying it. You see now it's in the lower seat mode because I'm below 50 kilometers. I'm in a standstill position now at the moment, and as soon as I get above the 50 kilometers, it'll raise itself. It's around about between the 12 and 15 degrees now at the moment. Don't like the cold weather. I like the hot weather. So I've got the heated grips I've got set on setting number 1, and I've got the seat set on number 2. Lovely though, just it's really comfortable. And then this is my my harness into the battery for my heated jacket, which is operating amazing. And then I've got here the remote controller, which is the heat roller of Warm and Safe that I've purchased. I've made an episode about that as well, and this is keeping me nice and warm. So yeah, I thought I'd just share that. Getting around those corners, what my sensation is, because this motorbike series, the GS, all has that lovely telly lever fork, right? So whenever I need to duck into the corner, hit the brakes, get on the brakes, no issues, no problems whatsoever. So yeah, absolutely loving it this morning, having a blast riding around on this new beast of mine. Thought I'd just share that with you all. So let's carry on, let's keep on going. Just plug in my my heated jacket. The 1250 GSA, much bigger motorbike. This is much smaller. I can just easily cock my leg over the back of it, and let's be on our way. Got the jacket there, everything's there. Let's get going. Just these corners like this, it's just an absolute delight on this motorbike. Oh, that's a joy. Like I said, it feels very racy. That gear shifter is an amazing position for me. So much torque, as always, these GSAs with their drive shafts. Shame there's quite a decent amount of traffic today on the roads, and yeah, it's just holding up my my schedule a little bit. soon I'll be turning off left here and heading back up into the mountain a little bit off the coast. Absolutely amazing weather today. 16 degrees, sunny. Take a left down here and then up to 81 we go up there. I know this one quite well. Lovely windy part down here, and then we head up the mountain a little bit. Go ahead and up there. It's kind of like a loop, takes you around. It's really nice. Just that they've got so many of those speed warnings on there. Paint. Foot touched the ground there, making sure not to exceed my RPM, still braking in the bike, but equally changing gears, braking, changing gears, braking. Tell you what, I am braking this one in a lot different than I did with the 1250 GSA for sure. What I like about the seating on this bike is when I find myself that, you know, it's coming in just a little bit too hot, maybe one of the corners, I just put her down a little bit more in the corner and she just turns. Here, boom, put it down and she just turns. No need for braking or be careful here. See in the mirror there's nothing coming. It gets a little bit mucky here. Hoopla. I have been sitting in the saddle now 4 hours. So far it's bearable. A little bit sensitive, but it's bearable. I don't think it's any different than the Wunderlich seat I had on the 1250, because I replaced the stock seat. The 1250, it was just too unbearable for me. I could not sit on it more than 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I was like, oh, I gotta go for a walk, gotta stop. But this, I've been sitting on this now for around about 4 hours. It's just on just gone past 12:30 and just past lunchtime, and I left home at around about 8:15. So that's a great sign. Real great sign. Very happy about that. Maybe no need for me to replace the stock seat. As my buddy Scott alluded to when went to pick up the bike, he's never been able to handle a stock seat from BMW. I have only got one experience with a 1250 GSA, and I could not handle it. It just was too painful. So I replaced it with the Wunderlich seat, and yeah, that served me very, very well. What are they doing there? Oh, they're going to make like a bridge or something? This house, I've come past it, I don't know how many times. I don't know if it's abandoned. Lovely location though. Thank you so much, mate. So kind. Right, you're overcooking there, mate. You're way over on my side. That is not cool. Something like that, right? That's a great example. Like, you know, that car is way over on my side. You just put the nose down and you can make a real sharp corner. This is a lovely part here. Just sit. Right, going to start slowly making my way back home. By the looks of it, I'm going to be home around about 10 to 4. I'm going to be taking a lot of back roads to get home, and looks like it's around about 81 kilometers. Let's see how we get along. So I've ridden now around about 230 kilometers or so on, and I really notice a difference between this morning when I started riding compared to now. Motorbike feels amazing. It's getting better by the 50 kilometers, whatever. And then, as I alluded to when I was riding as well, this seat, it's a complete different seat than we typically had on the 1250 GSA. I've now been sitting on the saddle now. It must be now close to around about 5 hours, and it's bearable. There is no way on earth that I was able to sit on the saddle for around about 4 or 5 hours non-stop on the 1250 GSA. So that's a big plus point so far. So noticing a real change in its behavior, pulling away from the traffic lights, how it's behaving, how it's going through the gears, just unbelievable. It's only barely at 300 kilometers now. I'm already noticing the change from the first day, from when I basically pulled away, which is expected, right, as you'll be braking in the machine. And unfortunately I had a lot of traffic, so I didn't achieve the kilometers I wanted to do. I wanted to try and do around about 400 today, so I think I'm just going to be shy of around about 300 by the time I get home. Yeah, it's been amazing, been a great day. Really hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll probably be out maybe next weekend, depending upon the weather and so forth and how busy I am. So thanks very much for tuning into this one, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks guys, bye bye.